सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्तदामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः। In the last session we saw tapas, the austerity which is prescribed by all the religious texts, are meant for us to move away from vikruti and also refine our prakriti. That is called samskriti. Samskaranat samskriti iti uchyate. Samskaranam karodi, it purifies, it refines, it makes our mind subtle. When we are too attached to gross things, our whole life will be only on pursuing that. And we will not find any joy or peace when we are attached to changing things. When the objects of the world or behavior of the people and our own relationship with everything is constantly under flux, how can one will find peace in those circumstances? So samskaranam is to refine our mind to recognize that holding on to temporary things cause only agitation and depression, dejection, unhappiness. Just like a ship that is standing on the ocean must have a deeper anchor, then only it can stand there. In the same way, the waves of changes that takes place around us, economic, banks become bankrupt, shares going down, and all these things will happen. If there is a rise, there is a fall. Not always everything is moving up only. Jadasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu. Bhagavan Krishna says anything that is born is subject to death. And then dhruvam mritasya jananam. Again, mritasya jananam api dhruvam. Anything that is dead is again going to survive. Come back. Jadasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu. Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Tasya apariharya arte natvam shochitum arhasi. Now what a wonderful statement. Aparihara arte. Parihar uska nahi hai. Kya parihar hota? Can you change the weather? I told them to reduce the heat. There it doesn't change. See, simple thing. अपरिहार अर्थ, परिहार नहीं है उसको, परिहरणम means to attenuate, change, overcome, get rid of. No. Aparihar arthe na tvam shochitum arhasi. You don't worry about it. Good. So, it is natural that change will take place. So, tapas is to get us ready for that. It is not a negative picture of things, but reality of everything. So, tapas is of three kinds: kaya tapas, vak tapas, and mana tapas. We saw that. Anudvekakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva. These are all called vangmayam tapa uchyate. Then it is said before that, Deva Dvija Guru Prajna Pujanam Sauchamarjavam. And then, what did he say? Now look at it. What is it then? Swamiji, you say no. We discussed this. Brahmacharyam ahimsacha shariram tapa uchyate. Then he said about mind, mana prasada saumyatvam, maunam atma vinigraha. Mind becoming quiet and peaceful. Bhava samshuddhi rityedad manasam tapa uchyate. In that also, tapas also can be done with keeping the samskara in mind, or some people do tapas only to gain power. Because mind is potentially filled with so many different powers, only a fraction of it we know it. Only a very fraction of it. It is like, the current that was discovered, was it not there before? The water, let us say the hydraulic power, what was there, water force will create power, wind can create power, sun can create power. Where do you get the power from without the sun or the water or the wind? Tell me. Or the fuel, earth. Earth also has power. Coal. Wind has a power. Water has a power. Fire has a power. And the space has a power, atomic. These are all hidden. Bhagavan has created everything for us to only discover. It's called discover. Cover hai, usko discover karo. Of course, human intelligence has worked on it and they found all the power so far. Atomic power is found, hydraulic power is found, hydrogen power is found, and then coal power is found, water power, wind power is found, sun power is found out of fire. In the same way, the mind also has got so much of power, but what we know is very little. And in that, what you use it for. So there also you have three kinds of utilization of the power. So tapas is make our mind pure, but if that is not the intention, tapas can also create power. Like Ravanadi, all these people have also gained the power through tapas only. And the highest is also gained only out of that. Tapasa chiyate Brahma. It is said that Brahman is discovered through tapas. Tapo vai Brahma. It is said in the Upanishad, tapas. And even Bhagavan created the whole world out of tapas. Satapo tapyata satapas tattva idagam sarvam asrjata. By tapas only he created this world also. As I said, tapaha means, one meaning is burn, tapati. Another meaning is where you refine your one-pointedness, focus. Is it not all success is because of the focus? A person who wants to be successful has to focus on something. I often give the example of sunlight being everywhere. If you put a convex lens under which you put a paper, that very lens, as though acting as the media for burning, but actually the sun is burning it, even now. But when a convex lens is there, anything put under that will get burned. So where is the tapas? Tapaha? Patati? Patati nahi, tapati. Where is the patanam takes place? The fire which is hidden in the light becomes focused and burns it. In the same way, mind concentrating upon any subject matter will able to discover the hidden secrets of it. That is how everything is discovered by human mind. One pointed attention. When the mind is distracted, obviously we will not be able to discover that. That's why Bhagavan in the earlier itself says, Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kurunandana bahushakahi anantascha buddhihi avyavasayinam. Uncultivated mind cannot achieve anything. So here, Shraddhaya, we saw in the verse number 17, Shraddhaya paraya taptam tapastatrividam narehi apala kankshivir yuktaihi sattvikam parichakshate. As sattvikam parichakshate, it is known as sattvika when it is at apala kankshivih yuktaha. By the one who is having no phalam in the mind, the purpose of the tapas is meant for purity and not gaining anything external. Because his aim is not to get anything known, he wants to discover the unknown. The unknown means it is not unavailable, it is not found so far. It is already there within us, as our own self. And therefore, externally, if the mind is interested, even in the tapas, it will not be available for the inner discovery. And the mind is so much occupied with the world, is it not that you tell your own children also, when he or she is supposed to study, leave the other things. Don't go to the TV, don't take your video game, don't keep it on the phone with you. Why? Leave aside when you say why. Because you have to find something, you have to find a time and focus on something which you have to do. In the same way, in the discovery of the unknown within ourselves, everything else must be given only that much of importance, insignificance they are. Therefore, apala kankshvihi yuktaha. Shraddhaya paraya, with the highest amount of faith, tapaha, that one which is done for the sake of no external result, it is known as Sattvikam parichakshate. Now, very often we find many people doing all the various rituals and tapas also, mainly for becoming physically better or only for material success. And that is how the world is. You cannot help it. How many people would tell you, do the tapas or puja or anything else on this world without thinking about the results for yourself? How many of us even have an inclination towards that? So here in the next verse he says, in general, people are interested in getting something out of whatever they do. And that is how they have been. And it is very, very rare a person who will turn around. So here in the 18th verse says, what is Rajasic tapas? He says, Satkaramana pujartam tapodambena chaivayat. kriyate tadiha proktam rajasam chalam adruvam satkaramana pujartam tapodambena chaivayat kriyate tadiha proktam rajasam chalam adruvam. Rajasam adruvam chalam iti proktam. What is known as Rajasic tapas? See, the very word I have told you before, Rajas means to shine. Rajate. That's the word, that's why the word Raja also came. Raja is to shine, to be noticed. A Raja coming means everybody would know that he is coming. So then he is a shine, Rajat, like a silver. So, but it is chalam, so fickle, changing. So what is important today, tomorrow it is not. And therefore you have to live up to that point. You still have iPhone 5. What's wrong with you? It is 15 now or whatever. So we have to go with the, go with the world. Otherwise we feel ourselves lost. So in the world, there is constant demand for you to change. And such an individual who would like to live up to the change can never remain quiet. Chalam. Adruvam, unsure, uncertain. So, unstable, unsteady, there is a nature of Rajas. I got this, but I want more. I got this is old, so I want something else. And what is that for the purpose of what he is doing? Satkaramana pujartam. Satkaramana pujartam. Satkar means being noticed. Be interested in getting respect, honor, attention, reverence from people. Satkar. Satkar means to sadar, sad vastu, meaning what is to be noticed, to be recognized for that purpose. Satkaramana pujartam. Satkara is stuti, mana. Stuti means glory, fame. So, for that purpose, and tapo dambena cha eva. And doing it, when you want everybody to respect you, revere you, notice you, then you don't do it quietly. Dambena. Everybody should notice that. In India, earlier they used to put some posters when upcoming events, etc. Now you put birthday, huge posters and banners. And the face of those people are fit to be there in the criminal records. Their picture is everywhere. MP, MLA, whatever it is, they look like the dacoits coming from the nearest forest. And put happy birthday. Come on. And every place it's all posters, this and color and flag and all. Destroying the entire place. Dambena. Even if it is religious things, everybody should know that I am doing it. So, when even the tapas is done with an intention to be noticed, to be regarded, to be respected, to be revered, satkaramana pujartam, for the sake of people to fall on their feet or put a garland on their neck, I am not noticed. How much we worry about it. I need to be noticed. I need to be known. How dare you cannot? How we are so self-centered. So, what tapas is then that? Mind is where? Is anybody noticing? Is everybody watching? How many pictures have been taken? Selfie. And for that only, Satkaramana pujartam tapo dambena. So, eva yat kriyate is done. Tad iha. Here, in this world. So, iha means na paralokartam, na mokshartam. Not for the sake of the higher gains of merits, not even for, obviously not for moksha. Because moksha is far away from such people. Those who have demanding self-respect, demanding attention, demanding to be noticed, how can they remain quietly with themselves? So hard. Even when you're doing meditation, bored outside, meditating, don't disturb me. Anybody's watching. And that is why Bhagavan Krishna very clearly said, Yogi imjita tatasa satatam atmanam rahasi stitah. In 6th chapter he said, you have to engage in meditation in a secret place, not noticed by others. Why? Don't stand and sit in the middle of the hall and everybody is moving. Everybody is out meditating. And people, when you sit for quietly for some time, they'll come and notice. What is he doing? You open it. Oh, I noticed. So here, where the mind has so much of extrovertedness to be noticed, to be understood, to be respected, to be garlanded, to be fallen at the feet, and all that. So that kind of a tapas is Rajasic tapas. That's what Rakshasa do. Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. These are all examples given to us not to follow. So Ravanadi, Prabhudeha, all of them are like that. And finally, when they get the power also, what do they use it for, do you think? They use it for destroying others and getting what they want. So these stories are meant for us to recognize. See, as I said, the hidden powers are there everywhere. Mind has so much of potentiality. But then when even atomic power or any other power is there, it can be used for productive purposes also. But to destroy the world also, it can be used. Original thought was what? That this will create enough energy for us to, equip everything. But then that same thing is made to destroy the world. And everybody is piling up more and more of it. So how to destroy the world? And whoever, let us say some aliens are there. Let us hope, not hope, let us think. So they will be watching us. They will destroy themselves. You know it. We don't need to do anything. They'll do it. Self-destructive. Everybody is piling up atomic and nuclear powers, and at some point of time it will start. And that will be the end. Good. I don't need to do anything. See, very rarely we find our physical body getting sick out of external situation. It is our own unmindful engagement in this world, our own lack of discipline, our own greediness, our own gluttonous way of living. That alone causes the major problem in our body. Very rarely we find externally the percentage of people getting sick out of external circumstances is very many. Most of the most of the people get affected or become unhealthy because of mindlessness. Similarly, destruction of a society need not be from outside. Destruction of a culture need not be outside. Destruction of a nation need not be from outside. Internally, it will happen. So, Rajasic power, no doubt, will be there, but that will be the destruction of the individual. Okay, if that is the case, what about tamas? Now he says, Mudagrahenatmanaha. Mudagrahenatmano yat. Pidaya kriyate tapaha. Parasyodsadanartam va. Tattamasamudahritam. Mudagrahaya atmano yat pidya kriyate tapaha parasyodsadanartam va tattamasamudahritam. Pidaya it should be, but in Pidaya only correct. I thought there is alam there. Mudagrahena atmanaha. So here the tapas is nature of the tamasic nature of tapas is that. Interesting, this word tamas, tapas are both so close to each other. What are you doing, tamas? No, tapas. Ma and pa, only difference is that. So, tattamasamudahratam, what is that? Parasya utsadanartam. Intent to destroy others. Utsadanam. Utsad means to push them up, throw them out. Destroying, nashanartam. You know, interesting thing is, Bhagavan Krishna has got some names which are very, very interesting. Janardana, just like that. The Odisha people will be very interested. Janardana. Ardhana means to destroy. Jananam ardhayati Janardana. Destroying people. His name is Janardana. Not many people give that name. Huh? What is your name? Mr. Destruction. If you translate it in English. Jananam ardhanam. Ardhanam means to destroy. But durjananam ardhanaha. Not there's good people. Destroying the wrong people. Bhagavan said that, now, why did they come as an avatar? For the sake of re-establishing dharma, but destroying the people who are against it. Right? But here, you cannot say, oh, Bhagavan itself said, why not I do? No. Parasya utsadanartam, when it is said, it is destroying others. It does not mean destroying, not like Bhagavan. So one person went and destroyed some property and people there, and he was caught. And then he was brought to the court. Why did he do that? I'm a very religious person. Yesterday, the Lord came to my mind and asked me to do this. That's why I did that. So don't punish me, punish him. Because he only told me to do so. So the judge said, tomorrow will be the judgment. All right. The next day he came and said, put him for life imprisonment for killing people. I told you that I didn't. God has told me to do it. Therefore, I talked to him yesterday night. He only gave the judgment. So do not take law into your hand and go and destroy people and say that Bhagavan. Parasya utsadanartham. As I said, the power is there hidden in all of us. We can use it for construction or destruction. For the sake of destroying others. At least in the Rajasic nature, it is not destruction as such. It is for doing something other than for self-development. It is only for material things and showing off that I can do this, making sure that people are, respecting, revering, knowing me, noticing. But here it is just the opposite. Parasya utsadanartham. Pidaya kriyate. And doing that, tapas in the form of self-persecution. Unfortunately, we find many religious traditions have this particular kind of practice also. Walking on a fire, and taking the sharp thing and putting there, and this it will come out like this. Or splashing oneself with some kind of... Why? Why are you persecuting it? See, they think by just kind of persecution, you become strong. There is a mental, such perception is there. When you go to the extreme end and tolerate it, I think that I become strong. But when you are doing with that intention of, self-destruction, what will be your attitude towards the world? That is why when you send children for this taekwondo and all, I ask them, what, you're going to fight with your husband and wife like that? When there is a misunderstanding, I learned taekwondo. Come. That was, I know karate. Come on, let us start. Some of the kids, girls, when they learn taekwondo and dance also, I've seen it. That's what I'm saying. On the stage, instead of Bharatanatyam, I said, what? Why are you doing this? No elegance, no softness. It looks like some karate things is going on. And, you invariably find in most of the dances when they do, when this girl, goes like this up and down, that is not a gymnastics. Bharatanatyam is not gymnastics. And when they do it, only people recognize, wow. Leg like this, hold like this. Wow, really great. So, in order to learn all these things for the sake of discipline, not for the sake of fighting. So, when you have a certain powers, you feel like using it. Isn't it? People who know how to sing, I know, they think they know how to sing. Oh. Our Gurudev used to say that he used to have an assistant who used to take down his notes and go and do the typing. That fellow was fond of music, singing. But he thinks that he sings well. So Gurudev would look at the letter and how to reply to that. This fellow won't keep quiet. He was sitting there waiting for him to say what is to be done. You will be reading the letter seriously. That fellow, shut up. After some time again, because he cannot keep quiet. So when you have the destructive mind, because you are putting yourself to the extreme condition, pidya, persecuting you, and you feel like expressing that to the people around you. So therefore, parasya utsadana. Why you are doing this? To discover the inner peaceful self, you don't need to persecute your body. Your body has not done any mistake of you. Only the mind. So discipline the mind, don't destroy the body. And therefore, mudagrahena, deluded thinking, doing foolishly, without having the correct intention, having the wrong priority, having a negative direction. Mudagraha, graha means holding on, grahanam. Mudagrahena, by holding on to a wrong idea. Mudagrahena atmanaha, of oneself. Atmanaha mudagrahena. About oneself, the purpose of life, what I should do, everything is on a foolish, wrong and negative notion. Therefore, yat pidaya kriyate tapaha. The tapas that is done as a persecution of the body, parasya utsadanartam va, or for the sake of destroying others, tat tamasam udaharanam. That is called tamasic. So, tapas, as I said in the beginning, from prakriti se samskriti ko jane ke liye, samskriti prapti ke liye, mind has to become purified and subtle. For that purpose is the tapas. And when the intention is to recognize the higher self, which is the very abode of joy within us, mind needs to become quietened and focused only to know that, realize that. For that purpose, therefore, phala apalakangshibihi yukta, a person who is not looking for an external result, such one is Sattvic. Whereas, Satkaramana Pujartham, for the sake of being recognized by others, Dambenava, for the sake of, with the, what you call, exhibitionism, ostentation. For that, one who does that, that is known as Rajasam. And then, and the one who is performing tapas or doing the self-discipline with the wrong intention and by persecuting the physical body only to destroy others, that is tamas. So this way, tapaha api tribidam bhavati. Three types of, according to the Shraddha. Now again, the point has to be made is Shraddha. What is your focus? What is that you are looking for? Now, having said yajna, dana, and tapa, these three things are very important. In the many places, Bhagavan has said, yajno, dana, tapa, karma, natyajyam, karyameva tat. Not to be given up. Yajna in the form of sacrifice, danam in the form of charity, tapaha in the form of austerity, charity, sacrifice. So I have told you this, that sacrifice is for the Lord, the gods who gave us what we want, so we are thanking them. So when you are offering into the fire as ahuti, you are actually thanking the Lord, na mama iti. It's not mine, it is yours. You gave it to me and I am sharing it with you. And therefore you are not giving to people, you are giving to the God himself. So that is yajna. And when you are doing it for the sake of giving to others, then it is called dhanam. When for the sake of self-discipline you do it, then it is called tapas. In all the three, the common element is let go. Think. In yajna, you are letting go, giving it to the gods. You are in dhanam, you are letting it go for the sake of the people who need it. In the tapas, you are letting it go so that you reduce your ego. In all the three, the common element is not holding on or possessive about things. So here, dhanam now also going to be spoken in three types. What is Sattvic dhanam, Rajasic dhanam, and Tamasic. So in verse number 20, Datavyam iti yadhanam diyate nupakarine deshe kale cha patre cha taddaram sattvikam smritam दातव्यमिति यद्धानं दीयतेनुपकारिणे देशे काले च पात्रे च तद्दानं सात्विकं स्मृतम्. As we have seen, yashtavyam iti kurute, yashtavyam, what is to be sacrificed, then that is called sattvika. Karna hai. It's a duty, has to be done. Kartavyam iti bhave. Kartavya bhave. It has to be completed, accomplished. And I've told you about how Nitya Karma does not have result, etc. We have discussed that. That is for mental purity only. So here, Dhatavyam, Dena hai. That's why the bank name is Dena Bank. Dena hai. So when you have received from the world, you have to share with the world. And it is forced when it is forced, like what they have in, what is that called? In all the big organization also, what is called CS, what is it called? CSR, or community. CSR, community, corporate social responsibility. See, that has to be forced upon people because they don't think like that. In Gita, it is said, if you do not share and take only to yourself, you are a thief. It goes to that extent. Tena eva saha. If you have taken the resources from the world and produced the product, but do not put back to the world to improve, depleting the resources. So, Dhatavyam here, the understanding is, I have taken. I have to pay back. So, Bhagavan de diya mujhe. How will I give it to Bhagavan? There are one method, as I said, yajna. Another is, other people in the community have made me what I am, so I am responsible for them to become better as much as I can. That's why we have our community outreach program for the youth, etc., copy, etc. What is that? Children helping children. That is our caption. Where children recognize that they have what they are is from the world around. They have necessarily to give it back. Dhatavyam iti yadda. To be given. Diyate anupakarine. Without expecting anything. Upakara means to get anything from others. Anupakarine, with no expectation from others. As Gurudev would say, the Bhagavan has created this universe, whether it's the sun or the water or the fire or the trees and the plants and the moon and the stars and the wind. Do they expect anything from you? When the plant is very small, you may probably need to water, etc. After that, Bhagavan takes care of it. They don't expect anything from you, is it not? But they keep giving. They emulate this nature. So, Dhatavyam iti yadhanam diyate anupakarine, without expecting anything in return. When you are giving also, you must keep in mind where you are giving, when you are giving, to whom you are giving. Desha, Kala, Patra. Patra means recipient. Kala, time. Desha, space. You have to give it at the right time, at the right place, to the right purpose. Then only it is called Sattvic. One boy, he was young, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, he was asking his uncle, I want a cycle, tricycle, the cycle with the, what do you call that? Okay. Training wheels. So the uncle said, ha, I'll give you, I'll give you. That fellow became 18 and he gave it. Tell me, is it the correct time then? When you're 18, I'm giving you a three-wheeler with guiding. Delayed gift is no gift. I couldn't come to your marriage, sorry. 1 year later, you give. That fellow said, I married again. I will marry again, then you give me. I already divorced. Now you are giving me. You know, interesting thing that happened to me was, I was there in one place. I won't tell you which center, Chinmay Mission Center it was. So I was there giving entire week's talk. And at the end of the talk, they give some fruits, etc., and then thank, okay, Swami has come all the way from LA. So we are very thankful. So hope he will come next week or whatever they would have. So they totally forgot about it. I never bothered about it. Okay, they forgot. It doesn't matter. Next day, early morning was my flight. It's East Coast. I have to come here. So I got ready, previous night packed everything. I have to leave for flight around 6 o'clock in the morning from the house. So I wanted to go to bed and then, okay. The host also, everybody switched off and went. That fellow realized that, the president of the center, he realized that he didn't do it. Somebody might have told him. At 1 o'clock in the night, I said, what? Swamiji, I'm here. What are you doing here? Please open the door with a plate, fruits. In the darkness of my own room, not in the audience. Swamiji, thanks for coming. Why are you waking up me at 1 o'clock and giving? First of all, Desha is wrong. In my room, in a private room, give it. What is the point? Time. So when you are giving also, you should know Satka, Sanman Karna hai to Desh, correct time, correct place. But what is the purpose of saying that? So you're thanking on behalf of everybody, and nobody is there. One should recognize what is the place, what is the time when you have to give, and to whom you are giving also. One who has everything, what are you giving dhanam to that person? Those who do not have, those who want it, those who deserve it, those who need of it, you give. Deshe kale cha patre cha taddanam. When you give in that way, sattvicam smrutam. Then it is sattvic. So giving is right, the same. But when you are giving, how you are giving, to whom you are giving, these are all not understood. So we'll see more of it, Rajas and Tamas. Because these are all to tell us, our own life needs to be a little carefully lived. So, Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.